The Broken Bowl, a Buddha story that will open your eyes forever. There are moments in life when something small breaks, and it feels like the whole world shatters with it. It could be an object, a relationship, or even a dream. But what if I told you, it's not the thing that broke that causes the pain, it's what we held inside of it. This is the story of a monk, a wooden bowl, and a lesson that can change your life forever. Long ago, in the peaceful shade of the Himalayas, nestled within the trees where birds sang and soft winds whispered through the leaves, there lived a humble disciple of the Buddha. His name was Thera Lomeso. He wasn't known for wisdom or fame. He didn't preach or write scriptures. He simply lived in silence, in simplicity, in surrender. Lomeso had only one possession, a small wooden bowl. It wasn't special to anyone else. But to him, it was everything. His tool for collecting alms. His connection to the world. His only object of need, gifted to him by his mother the day he left his home to walk the spiritual path. It wasn't polished. It wasn't painted. But every morning, as the sun rose, Lomeso would carry that bowl with a quiet sense of honor. He would walk barefoot to the nearby village, accept whatever food the kind villagers would offer, and return without complaint, no matter how much or how little he received. The bowl wasn't just for eating, it had become a part of his identity. A silent friend. A symbol of purpose. And over time, without realizing it, Lomeso began to love that bowl. One morning, as the forest awoke with birdsong and sunlight filtered through the canopy, Lomeso began his usual journey to the village. Children were playing along the narrow path. Laughter echoed in the breeze. And then, just as he stepped into the clearing, a young boy chasing his friend darted across the path and bumped into him. The bowl slipped from Lomeso's hands. Time slowed. He watched it spin through the air. It struck a rock. Then, crack, it broke into 3 sharp, silent pieces. The boy froze. His smile vanished. His eyes filled with fear. Lomeso bent down slowly, hands trembling slightly, and picked up the broken pieces. He didn't speak. He didn't shout. He just stood there, holding what once was his only possession, now useless. But what broke in that moment wasn't just wood. Something inside him, something deeper, cracked wide open. That evening, as the golden sunset dipped below the horizon, Lomeso sat quietly before the Buddha. The great teacher, as always, was calm, unmoved, yet infinitely present. Lomeso looked at him, voice barely a whisper. "Master. I've lost my bowl." Buddha gently nodded. "It broke today, while I was walking. And though I know it was only a bowl, I feel like I lost something more. It hurts. Why does something so small make me feel so empty?" The Buddha did not speak immediately. He let silence settle, as if even the air itself was listening. Then, with the softness of a breeze, he asked, "Lomeso, did you believe the bowl would last forever?" Lomeso blinked. "No, master. Of course not. Everything breaks eventually. But I didn't expect it today. That," Buddha said with a kind smile, "is why you suffer. Not because the bowl is gone, but because you believed you had more time." Those words pierced deeper than any storm. The Buddha continued. "We suffer not when things end, but when they end before we are ready. Attachment is the silent contract we make with the future, believing something will stay. But nothing stays, Lomeso. Not the bowl. Not the breath. Not even the self. Peace does not come by holding on. Peace comes when you can let go, gently, lovingly, without regret." Lomeso bowed his head, and in that moment, the grief transformed. He saw the truth. The bowl wasn't just broken. It was teaching him. In the days that followed, Lomeso began using his hands to collect food. The other monks noticed and one offered him an extra bowl. Lomeso smiled and accepted it, but this time, something had changed. He did not grip it tightly. He did not whisper thanks with fear of losing it. He simply received it with open palms, and an open heart. He used it without clinging, cleaned it without pride, and carried it without fear. He had not only let go of a bowl, he had let go of the invisible chain that tied his peace to a piece of wood. As years passed, Lomeso became known, not for knowledge or brilliance, but for his serenity. He walked the same path, spoke the same way, but something within him had become still, like a lake with no ripples. And when he spoke to younger monks who were suffering, from broken items, broken friendships, or broken dreams, he would tell them this: you can carry everything with love, but you must also be ready to put it down. Nothing truly belongs to us. Not even the body we live in. Everything is borrowed, and everything will be returned. And then he'd smile, not with sadness, but with peace. Final words. So, maybe today, you've lost something. Maybe someone walked away. Maybe life didn't go the way you planned. And maybe, just maybe, your heart feels a little broken. Remember Lomeso's bowl. And remember Buddha's words. We suffer not because we lose. We suffer because we hold too tightly. Let it go. Let it fall. Let it break. And then, breathe. Because peace doesn't come from keeping everything together. It comes from knowing, you'll still be whole, even when things fall apart.